What's up, Ginger Cornets? Pokemon Journeys episode 111 has been getting so much praise, it's almost scary. I had no idea Pokemon fans were capable of liking things, but this episode manages to be both so crazy and so heartfelt that I knew I just had to talk about it. First, let me get the obvious out of the way. We finally got to see Lillie and her family reunite with her father. And considering Pokemon basically made us wait 2.5 years for this, I think it was handled incredibly well. But one thing I haven't heard people talk about as much is just how insane this episode's premise is, and what it means for not just the story of Journeys, but also Sun and Moon. So Moan had been sucked into an ultra wormhole and barely escaping death lost all of his memories, aside from his newborn daughter's name. Anyway, a Nihilego found him and brought him back to his world. But oops, this thing doesn't know where he lives, so old abandoned cabin in the Crown Tundra it is. Now this is where it gets really weird, like almost creepy weird. Nihilego uses Moan's memory of Lillie to disguise itself as her, and for basically 10 years, this man has been hallucinating living with his daughter. Now look, Pokemon has dove into some deep and kinda surreal topics before, but never did I expect the series to tell a story of this caliber. This is like straight out of the Twilight Zone. It honestly makes me want to rewatch the Moan arc of Sun and Moon with this knowledge that the whole time he's just been off in the Galar region with a fake version of Lillie. When I thought about it more though, this does make a lot of sense from a narrative standpoint. Think about it, Moan was sucked into the wormhole when Lillie was still an infant, and didn't reunite with her for what I'm presuming to be about 10 years, considering she's shown to be around the same age as Ash. But since Nihilego posed as Lillie for that time, Moan was able to sort of experience raising her to, not adulthood, but in the Pokemon universe, basically adulthood, even if the two weren't physically together. It's still really whack though. One complaint about this episode I've seen floating around is that Ash and Co. really didn't need to be there, which isn't untrue. They didn't really do anything of note, and the episode really didn't have to include them. That being said, I don't think them being there really hurt the episode at all, and considering how involved Ash was in Lillie's arc back in Sun and Moon, I think it makes sense. Though what are the odds that the old man just happened to see Nihilego right as Magearna was leading Lillie and her family to the right location? Like, did no one see this Ultra Beast just living in Galar for 10 years? I get the Crown Tundra isn't the most populated area, at least that's what I gathered from this episode. I don't know, I didn't play the expansion. But still, that's a long time to just not see this thing. Also, is it just me, or was the animation really good in this episode? Some scenes had battle quality levels of movement, and I absolutely loved it. All in all though, not only was this a fantastic episode, I'd argue it's one of, if not the best episode of Pokemon Journeys. I may be biased since Lillie is my favorite of all of Ash's companions, but the pure emotion and storytelling that went into this episode certainly make it stand out, and I'm just happy to see this family finally reunited.